The moment you've all been waiting for. We have a pro heavyweight MMA fight. 3 rounds, 3 minutes, fighting out the blue corner, all the way from Manchester. We have Reece Heer.
Kicking off this main event for the Pro Heavyweight MMA bout. This is featuring Reece Heer from Manchester. He's made the long trip down to Coventry today to take on Mohammed Hijab.
There's always something exciting about 2 heavyweights going at it. I think they always say in the UFC, whoever the UFC title holder is for the heavyweight division is the baddest man on the planet. So hopefully we can see the baddest man in Coventry tonight.
Yeah, and these big boys, when they hit hard.
Yeah, heavyweight bouts always interest me. It's always different for the lightweight guys. A lot more volume for the lighter guys. Here, they're throwing to knock someone out.
Something about the heavyweight scene, no matter what combat sport it's in, whether it's K1, MMA, boxing, it just brings that natural excitement, doesn't it?
As he walks in now, he looks comfortable in the cage. I think you have that many boxing fights, it doesn't matter whether it's a ring or a cage, he's comfortable with that.
Fighting out of the red corner, from London, Mohammed Hijab.
Ben, Mohammed Hijab doesn't need no introduction. A lot of people know him. Making his pro debut today, 6'7" tall is Hijab. That's a big man.
It's a very big man. I think we saw a video of him yesterday, kind of just feeling out the cage, and he was towering above the sides of the cage. I'm slightly worried, as beautiful as this venue is, that chandelier, I'm worried if we're going to see that come down.
Yes. Well, Hijab, training out of Fight Zone London, under Stuart Austin. He's also got rising MMA star Shah Kamali in his corner. And this is his first bout. There's no pressure. An Oxford University graduate, Queen Mary's University graduate. A lot of people will know Mohammed Hijab from his time on Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, where he can debate with you no matter who you are. He's debated with so many people, and he just blows them away. There is no match, but tonight is all about the talking's gonna stop. Now he's gonna have to talk with his fists in the cage.
Yeah, an intelligent man like that, I think, bringing in that intelligence, I'd like to see how it translates to his fight IQ, but coming from a gym like Fight Zone London, being a jiu-jitsu guy, knowing Marco Kana, the gym he's built up, they have a breadth of grappling talent there, and also getting his black belt, his purple belt in Roger Gracie Academy, like, he's coming in with a wealth of experience, so I think this is going to be one to really excite the crowd, both live on the stream and here in person.
We've got a full house here to watch this fight, and I can't even imagine how many people are watching online on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think here it's getting busier and busier. Every time I turn around, there's more of a crowd here. There's more seats being put down.
I'm just worried about, like, people, the commentary, they'll be able to hear us speak, once the crowd gets going.
Absolutely, and you see Mohammed Hijab here taking his time getting in the cage, really embracing every moment, and with a debut, it's obviously something you want to do.
This man has no fear, verbally or physically. He's challenged them all on the news. lot of people who are excited to see this bout.
MMA fight over 3 rounds, 3 minutes.
As a matter of fact, it's actually 3 5-minute rounds because this is a professional MMA bout. Let's see how long this will last. But I'll tell you something though, Hijab was going to have to keep his hands up. I know he's a tall guy, 6 or 7 inches tall, but Reece has got bombs in those hands.
These are 2 very large men. I think we're going to see some lightning connect here.
Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. Off they go. Mohammed Hijab versus Reece Heer.
Round 1.
Hijab starts off with a jab. 1-2 combination, leg kick.
Oh, brutal leg kick there.
Reece replies with a leg kick of himself. I think Reece was attempting a takedown there. Solid leg kicks, and I can hear the bone snapping, bone on bone.
Reece looking to throw these big overhands. That typical style you'd like to see of kind of a heavyweight boxer, just big overhand rights.
I'll tell you what, Hijab's trying to slow down Reece, with those leg kicks.
Beautiful left hook there.
Reece went for the overhand, because he knows he's a big man. He has to throw the overhand, but be the style, Ben.
Yeah, you see him, short guy, he's looking to get in, but Hijab's doing a beautiful job here of just keeping the distance with those leg kicks.
That punch just missed by inches with Reece. Both guys having fun here. And it'll be interesting to see if Reece slows down with those leg kicks. They're clearly affected him because he's limping. Hijab's doing a great job. Those leg kicks are causing damage. You went to go low and went high, did Hijab?
I think I'd like to see Hijab like feint the low kick, but come high. Reece's hands are very low.
I'd like to see Hijab use his reach because he's throwing a jab, but they're just arm punches. He needs to snap them out and step into the jab. Because he's clearly got the reach advantage.
Yeah, I think like a lot of fights, especially debut, they're kind of feeling out, but I'd like to see that jab use a bit of a yardstick, measure distance to set up those bigger shots or his takedowns.
I mean, at the moment, Ben, this just seems like a stand-up K1 bout, you know? These guys need to mix it up. I'm sure the cornerman will say, listen, guys, let's get some takedowns. I mean, we saw Reece having half a of a takedown, but he probably thought, he's a big guy. I don't know if I want to take him down.
I think you see that a lot in the heavyweight division. Guys don't really want to risk the takedown because it's a lot of weight to be sprawled on top of you if you make a poor shot.
Very true, that, Ben. Again, Hijab needs to keep those hands up because there's a few times that Reece swung for the fences and one connection could be the end of it. Big hook there by Reece.
Yeah, Reece definitely finding his kind of comfort zone here. He's getting the feel, but as he's getting more tight, his hands are dropping, and someone as big as Hijab, something connects.
I mean, striking was, I mean, Hijab's, he's kept it tight, he's snapping it out. He just needs to step into it a little bit more.
I think as well, like those jabs, where they connect or not, follow them up with another jab or a right hand.
That's the end of the first round. Mohammed Hijab obviously trying to get the energy from the crowd. And his head coach, Stuart Austin, is going to be giving him some wise words there. The thing is, Ben, being in front of the camera, off screen when you're debating with people, talking to academics, as Hijab does, being an influencer, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that when you're in the cage. We've spoken about this tonight a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's nothing compared to being in the cage. There's a lot of pressure on you, and you can be very articulate, comfortable in front of big crowds speaking, but actually putting your physical body on the line is something completely different.
I'll tell you what would be a dream for me is to see Mohammed Hijab and Piers Morgan in the cage.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, Piers Morgan's carrying a bit of extra timber, but my money's still on Mohammed Hijab for that one. But I definitely think those leg kicks that Hijab are throwing, I think like Heer is definitely feeling them. You see him kind of walking. He's not walking as normal.
Yeah, and obviously, Ben, that's going to affect the balance of a fighter, isn't it? I mean, we've seen it in the UFC a few times, but I mean, people have been stopped by leg kicks. I mean, Jose Aldo is a prime example.
You look at Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber.
Uriah Faber, man.
There's the WEC days that before the UFC had the lightweight classes.
And I'll tell you something. Reece Heer is going to feel those leg kicks tomorrow.
100%. I think, like, you're right with it affecting his balance. Like, Hijab might connect. It might not actually drop him, but his balance is gone. It could send him backwards, and a bit of ground and pound on the back end of that, it could all be over. So,
well, I mean, right now, before, there you go, the take that. I could just predict it. Hijab's going to work with the ground and pound.
they're not really.
He's punching blindly. He needs to posture up and look where he's hitting. Because Reece is actually blocking those shots. Yeah. You know, he's not in trouble.
Reece, hold it. Yeah, that's it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Sorry.
So Reece doing a good job here of keeping the posture of Hijab broken. I'd like to see Hijab try and posture up to land some shots, but again, that's a lot of man to try and posture up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I would not want to be under Mohammed Hijab right now. I mean, he's a mountain of a man, 6'7" tall, you know, almost 120 kilos. That's a lot of weight to have on you, especially if there's base there as well.
Yeah, whether it's in a, like, Reece looks safe here, but it's kind of one of those ones, it's still going to tax him here. He's a few shots to the body.
And that's what Hijab needs to do. He's softening the body up. He needs to go to the body and head as the cornermen are screaming out.
Ref, stand him up. Ref, stand him. Stand him.
I mean, that shoulder pressure is going to be suffocating as it is, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of heat in that cage, and with another man smothering you, you're going to start to kind of panic, you're getting tired.
Because the same arm which Hijab is using to soften the body up, you know, Reece's shoulder's blocking his head anyway, so he's going to have to go the long way around. And, excuse me, seeing Shah Kamali screaming the instructions out to the body and to the head. And that's exactly what Mohammed Hijab needs to do. The referee is basically resetting them back in the center of the cage in the same position. I would have actually liked to see the referee stand them up there, because there wasn't much action happening, was there, Ben?
Like, I don't think the space was the issue. I think it was just the position.
Okay.
So, like, I think resetting this position, we're not going to see that much more action. I think standing the back up with him in the right call there, not resetting them back in the middle in this position.
Stand him up, ref. Stand him up.
Hijab is, I mean, he's resting as well. He's comfortable there. He knows it. He needs to get his forearm, create some space, and go for the ground and pound. Because he's got, there you go, he's doing exactly that. Because he's got all
Here we go, big elbow. But again, Reece straight back into controlling the head.
Yeah, I don't think that one elbow did much damage there to Reece. I mean, look, he may not have the advantage on the ground, but he's a fighter. He's been in the ring or the cage 50 times. You know, that just shows you how it is.
So we've got to think here, that round definitely taking its toll on Reece there. Like, that's a bad position to be in, very tiring, very taxing. He did a great job of staying safe and riding the round out.
I think Mohammed Hijab could have reserved a little bit more energy there, because he was almost like swinging blindfoldedly. What he has to do is conserve that energy. He needs to break away, breathe, you know, keep his man at bay using his arm, stiff arm, you know, and then he can pick his shots.
Yeah, I think in those positions, it's like always good to see someone, rather than striking, is use their hands to post and replace the post with a punch. Frame on the head, replace your hand with a fist.
Yeah.
Again, first pro fight of our pro card, going the distance, and it's our main event. So, again, two heavyweights still going out for the third round.
Yeah, we've got a full house here. I mean, people are on their feet.
Going to this final round, I think Mohammed Hijab, kind of a lot of support from in the crowd, a lot of people here for him. Like, he may be feeling the pressure, he wants to stay safe. He's probably argued up on the scorecards, but he probably wants to make a statement.
Well, third and final round, Ben.
Yeah, you see Reece Heer calling for the crowd, whether they're for him or not, he wants some noise.
To be honest with you, I'm actually glad it's gone the full 3 rounds. You know, people are getting their money's worth.
100%. Again, you go into a round, like any round with a heavyweight, everything's to play for. Everyone's got a puncher's chance. Especially both these guys, so big, throwing some power behind their shots. If something connects, it could be done.
So Hijab he's using his lead hand there to keep Reece at bay, to gauge the distance, and he started off doing that in the last round and caught the kick. So I think he's going to look for that takedown again. But it's a case of if Reece will be smart enough to realise that that's what he's trying to do.
It's nice to see Reece moving a little more. He's circling away, he's moving around.
Again, you heard that from the crowd there, you know, it's so dangerous, that punch. And he's a heavyweight, so that connects, it's lights out.
Again, that's a lot of leg to be teeped with, so.
That's the end of the fight. Body shot.
Yep.
Kick to the sternum area. Mohammed Hijab takes the win as the main event on One Combat Challenge.
Again, we were talking earlier with Shoaib about how bad a body shot can be, and it's like you saw it there, it landed. Reece kind of took a second and was like, no, but it's done.
Yeah, I mean, it was to the midsection, and if you've been teeped to that region before, you know how that feels. And when you've got someone like Mohammed Hijab, who's 6'7" teeping you in the stomach, you're going to go down.
Yeah. I think as well, going into that 3rd round, you're tired already, you're breathing heavy. That shot lands on an in-breath, and next thing you know, you're struggling to breathe very fast.
Well, what a great main event that was. Penultimate fight on UMMA Combat, the 3rd show, and it just gets better and better, Ben. And tell you what, the crowd have been in for a treat. Basically, TKO. Yeah, TKO win.
It's me on the mic, your boy, with Ben and Sean, repping TKO, basically, fighting the type team, TKO. Yeah.
TKO.
Wrap this up and make it official, but what a great return for UMMA.
To the cage, please. Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner by way of TKO, Mohammed Hijab.
Well, what a great finish to a great evening. Mohammed Hijab victorious in his pro MMA debut. Yeah, you know, is it going to be going back to the gym and working on things and coming back again stronger? We're going to wait and see.
Yes. And again, fantastic show from UMMA. Four dates set for next year, so kind of we're on the ups. Potentially we can see Mohammed Hijab back in the UMMA cage, returning, kind of working on some skills and see kind of Mohammed Hijab 2.0.
100%.
Mohammed, quick couple of words. Amazing support first and foremost for you.
Absolutely. First I want to say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. وما رميت إذ رميت ولكن الله رمى. That you did not throw when you threw, but it's Allah who threw. So everything that happens to me in goodness belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I also want to thank every single one of my coaches, the head coach, Stuart Austin, who's done a phenomenal job at Fight Zone to get a history teacher like me to get into the ring and to win in the way in a spectacular fashion that I did. Number one. Number two, I want to thank Fight Zone and Roger Gracie Academy and Big H and Rowan and everybody who's contributed to this success. And I want to thank all of you. And you know, this couldn't have been done without the will of Allah. And when you believe in the qadr and the will of Allah, everything is possible.
Mohammed, why MMA?
MMA is a way to empower people. We have seen people all over the world being hurt. We're seeing them being injured. And there's no way out of that except to develop the fundamental virtue which even Aristotelian philosophers, including Aristotle himself, considered to be chief most of importance, which is bravery itself. Bravery is the most important thing to develop, and you can't develop bravery as a muscle if you just talk about it theoretically. MMA, for me, is one of the best and ultimate ways to prove bravery on a physical level. And that's why I think it's very important to do it.
One more question from you, Mohammed. How did this victory compare to your victory against Piers Morgan on that debate?
I'll tell you what, I tell you the truth. This victory was more for my own personal growth and for the Muslim people, but that one was for a cause directly. That one was, I consider to be an act of worship. So anything that is considered to be an act of worship for me is always more dear to me than the things that I do in my pastime, I have to be honest. But having said that, there is one weasel who has been running away, and this is probably the first time in the history it's happened. But, as you know, I'm a debater as well, right? I want to challenge somebody, and it's not who you think it is. It's not a fighter. It's not you, my friend, don't worry. It's Ben Shapiro. Yes, you're a coward, Shapiro. You've been running away. I don't expect you to fight like us, the people of the resistance, and the people that fight against the British. I don't expect you to do anything like that. But Ben Shapiro, you've been running away. I expect you to at least defend your indefensible position, or at least attempt to defend that position on the mutual ground. Maybe it could be Piers Morgan's Uncensored. Who knows?
Maybe you were made for.
Maybe in the cage with one of our lightweights, but I think any of the lightweights, he would have a panic attack before he came and tried to fight one of those guys. So it would have to be like that, but I don't think he has the testicular fortitude.
Mohammed, what's next?
Because he's not pusillanimous with it.
What's next?
Yes. What's next is I'm going to do more of these with this wonderful gentleman, Afi, who has headed this promotion, done an excellent job. I have to commend him. He's done an excellent job. Brilliant job. We've got more fights to come, you know. And of course the father, mashallah. Thank you so much for everything as well. I appreciate you and the kids and everybody that's come out today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. And I hope to see you guys here in wonderful Coventry next time.
Thank you.
Shukran. Thank you very much, bro.